Like to call to order. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners on this day of October 15th, 2025. To please call the roll, Madam Secretary.
Vice Chair Blackman,
Present.
Commissioner Davis,
Present.
Commissioner Forte, Commissioner Kinlock is expected. Commissioner Garcia is absent and the chairman is absent. Madam Chair, we do not have a quorum.
Before I adjourn the meeting, we will move to public comment. We have anyone who would like to address the board at this time? We do have. Thank you very much. I have people who would like to address the board.
Madam Chair, may I give the instructions, please?
Please.
Good afternoon, Brian Pickenpaul, Public Affairs Director for DWSD. To make a comment, if you are in person, please sign the sign-in sheet. Your name will be called and you can proceed to the microphone. If you are online, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. If you are online using the Zoom app or on the phone, after your name is called, you will get permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon if you're online or on the app, or *6 if you are calling in. At the beginning of your comment, for both in-person and virtual comment, public comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work in, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment, and please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you're online to make a comment, in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link located with the meeting in the chat, as well as located on a link on the City of Detroit DWSD webpage under the Board of Water Commissioners meeting. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the meeting. On-site comments will go first, followed by online and on the phone. Thank you for your attention, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peckinpah. The first name we have is Peggy Lucas. Would you like to come forward? Peggy's no longer here. Thank you. Rosie Coleman. Rosie Coleman, would you please come forward? Welcome, Ms. Coleman.
Thank you. This mic is on for you. Just a little bit. You can speak right into that.
Okay, thank you. To members, guests, and friends, I guess. My first time here, so I don't know the formalities and whatever.
Connected with an organization, Ms. Coleman?
I'm just familiar with the water board and problems I'm having in my home with flooding and so forth like that. So forgive me if I'm not prepared or know the formalities or whatever. But I just wanted to say that I'm here to express a deep concern, and I thank you for your listening ear. I wanted to say that I have been in, I guess it's my home, I'm a renter, but I've been there now for about 8 years or more. And the first time, you know, the water came up and I saw the flooding, I was like, oh, I guess it's okay to say that word in here. But I was so shocked. And then the second and the third and the fourth, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get up out of this place because, you know, they said fill out the forms. You fill out the forms and you still don't get any results that is satisfactory. And I'm just going to say, I don't know who I should say it to, address it to, but I think with over the years, with all the problems that I have been having, and of course, I've had a stroke a few years ago. I didn't have a stroke when I moved in. And I can't even remember if I was walking with a cane then either, but I may have been, but you know, memories lapse over the years. I'm trying not to go over my 3 minutes, by the way. But I feel, number one, I should never, ever pay another water bill as long as I live in that house. Of course, I'm over 70, so God grants us three scores and 10, so I don't know how much longer I have to be on this earth, but with all the problems I've had over the years and being shocked as hell, not getting not one damn cent for all the problems I have incurred, I don't think I should pay another water bill. And when I sent in all of my papers last year with estimates and everything, because I lost clothing, I lost furniture, and so forth. I gave them the estimate. I had people to come out, pay people to do the work, do all the getting the floor up, you know, the concrete and so forth. For a mere $40-some. I know that seemed like a grand deal, but to you, your possessions are precious. And they sent me back this letter like it was my fault. And it came from, I live on Gilchrist, and it came from Biltmore. And every time that place flood over there, it seeps up through my basement. And I go and I look at the foot of my basement. Sometimes I can't even go down in my basement. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. And I am a praying woman, so I don't know whether God be sleeping or just what's going on. But, you know, and then I write to the water company and tell them about the frustration and what I'm dealing with. I used to be, what you call it? Well, I can't even think right now. Teacher with the public schools. And all of my papers and everything was lost. My worthy possessions, my sentimental values, everything was lost. And, oh, I must be over my 3 minutes.
You have exceeded your time, but we do hear your concern. And we're going to have someone comment on your, and we will have someone talk with you while you're here today.
Madam Chair, we'll have this, if we have the address correct, Ms. Coleman, we'll have somebody out there investigating the sewer this afternoon. We'll determine if it's something with the public system or something else.
Actually, this happened last year, so.
Out this afternoon and investigate thoroughly.
I don't think there's no need to investigate. I need some compensation at this point, so you all can investigate that. But anyway, I want to thank you for your listening ear, and I want to thank you for your time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
I have is Diana Hill. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Diana Hill. On July 19, 2024, we had a water main break on Biltmore, right around the corner from my house. I called the water company at 4:24 p.m. Water coming in my basement. I called, they gave me a ticket number. They didn't cut the water off until 3:30 a.m. At that time, I had to go to the store, buy me pumps to pump out the water. I had to get me a furnace redone. I had to throw out my treadmill. I had to throw a lot of personal stuff out, and I had to pour up my floor because I had mold on my walls. I had to pour my floor up, and then I called. I've got the paperwork. I filled out y'all claim form. I got that denial. The water main break. Yes, it was a water main break. It's the water department's fault. The water was coming up out the street, up. I got pictures. I sent them pictures. I sent them estimates, what they asked me to do. I had to pull up my floor. And then in 2025, that water main broke. Y'all ran over there to the Mexicans and helped them clean out their basement. Y'all helped them get new furnace. Y'all helped them get new hot water tank. Y'all even gave them blue value for their cars. But on Gilchrist, 20250 Gilchrist, I had to pour out all my stuff. No one came over there to help me. I had to spend my emergency money to get my basement fixed up. I am a cancer survivor. And I needed help and no one helped. I called Red Cross. I called FEMA. None of them said it was a disaster. But y'all helped everybody but us on Gilchrist. And I don't think that's right. I think I should be compensated for health my problems that I had because of the water company. If y'all would turn that bell off earlier at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I wouldn't be here today. That water wouldn't have been up in my furnace. That water would have been in my basement. Y'all turned that water off at 3:30 a.m. and I called y'all at 4:24 p.m. So y'all think that's a true time, advance of time? I had clear water. It wasn't no sewage water. It was clear water in my basement. I have pictures. I send you pictures. I send everything. I get a letter back. Well, we deny you, but you have more information. We can look at. What more information do you need? When I send y'all pictures, I send y'all estimate, I send y'all receipts with all I did. I had to redo my basement because I had mold in my basement. I had tile on my floor. I had to pour that up. I had to do that. And I don't feel I should have had to do that because it was y'all problem. Y'all water main broke.
Ms. Hill, we hear you very clearly, and we're going to have someone speak with you today before you leave. We have someone waiting to talk to you now. Person on our list is Sabrina Moore. Ms. Moore,
Hello, everyone. I'm Sabrina Moore.
we can hear you.
I live at 20220 Gilchrist Street, the same as everybody else that's sitting behind us, me that has presented their case. Water main break that was in the year of 2024 on July the 19th. On our side of the street on Gilchrist, everybody's basement flooded. I have pictures. I have went through all the processes of filling out the paperwork, sending all the information. I have pictures that I did bring with me today. The water main has broken on 8 Mile in 2024 as well, December the 3rd. So there is a problem. It's an ongoing, it's a problem. We need, my mother is with me. My 89-year-old mother is with me. We need to have some resolution. It doesn't make any sense. If we've done everything that you all have asked us to do, provided all the documents, everything, we need some help. We live in District 2. Councilwoman Calloway helped us by providing us with heating systems because I did not have a heater. To keep us warm last year, I had to get a whole new heating system in my home. I had to have my yard dug up to get the water main, what is it called? It's called the water break, whatever it's called. I had to have that done, but I do have pictures of everything that I've had done and the people that I had to have called out. I had to have my place cleaned up. All of that costs money, money that's way for something else, not for this. My floors had to come up. So that's what's going on Gilchrist Street. We need some help. We need some resolution. Like I said, I have the pictures and everything of what I have had done with me. Thank you so very much.
Very much. We'll have someone from customer service talk with you while you're here. Is it Tina Wilson?
Hi, my name is Tina Wixon regarding that flooding on July 19th. This is my first time home and I shouldn't have had to deal with the plumbing problem already. And I work midnights and one night abruptly awoken from this, it started my mind. I lost a lot of things, especially my grandma's stuff that I cannot replace. Spend so much money on cleaning, replacing, and all that. I have most of the, and it's in documentation. We need 3 persons because I'm still fighting it. I don't got the funds to fix everything up that need to be fixed up. I'm on a fixed income and all that. I can't do this alone. We need people to help us to do this because it's not right. People are like me on a fixed income. I don't got the funds to fix this. I spend money buying drainage after drainage every 3 months so the problem won't come back up. We shouldn't have to do that as a homeowner, as a renter, as anything. And it feels like the cleaning supplies we lost. Money on cleaning supplies. I had to fix somebody come and fix my furnace, my hot water tank, to get the mold out and everything. I lost a lot of clothes from my kids, myself, and everything. And it's not right. We need help. We need help soon. Thank you.
We'll have someone speak with you from customer service while you're here. Walker?
Hello, everybody. Can I be heard? Good morning, good afternoon to everyone. So good to see everybody. My name is Beulah Walker. I have the privilege of being here with 4 clients here from the city of Detroit, homeowners who pay taxes. I know we all heard this before about the flooding. You know, I just so happen to be, this is just a concern for me. I do know that is a policy in place and programs, but it seems like it's not catching up with the need. We all know the story and how we got here, but we just need to do better. As Chief Coordinator Hydro Detroit, we are requesting financial help to these people. Their claims was denied. I think it's unfair to how certain areas are treated better than other areas. We all pay taxes. We all live here. We have these residents here. These are to me our distinguished elders, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And we just need to do something. We need to do better financial compensation, not half compensation. And another thing we need to address, and we need to debunk the myth. We're gonna go and look at the sewer to see if it's our fault. It's all the Detroit Water and Sewage Department fault and Great Lakes Water Authority back in the bankruptcy when they neglected their sewer lateral drain. So it's all of everybody's fault. And that's just unfair and disingenuous to say we're gonna go send somebody out to look at to see if it's our fault when it is the water department's fault. I love you. I will sit here and listen. Commissioner Coleman for all his work.
Thank you for that. Have a Cindy Dara.
Yeah, I'd like to know, a question. How much did it cost in overtime to come out at 3:30 in the morning to turn somebody's water off? I don't think our ratepayers should pay for overtime to shut people's water off. But I came down here because I want some help from you. Now, when you started the water drainage program, I came down and I signed up for OHM, and they were going to help me plan a stormwater thing in my back of my building. And they only did the 100-year formula, not the annual. The annual requires an infiltration test that I guess they didn't want to pay for. So they just said, well, you just don't have enough room, so you can't have anything. Well, I had already, I think, paid $5,000 to somebody. I made a mistake, and he had a small trailer and took a long time to take the clay out. And then before that, somebody who said he could get me a drainage field brought me a $2,000 load of river rock in their truck and dumped that. So I've got that waiting in the backyard. So I've given up on trying to do anything fancy where we try and meter it and see how much we're using. I just want a dry well and but if you, and I don't know how you would meter a dry well, but I want to put all that river rock in the big ditch that's already been dug out and then seeing how much credit. And I want your drainage department, not me trying, I've already gone, not just OHM who wouldn't do the thing, but I went to Ann Arbor and asked them to do something and paid them to do a survey before they did it. And their plan was so screwy that it didn't offer me any advantage to do it, so I didn't. But I do want to get rid of the river rock, and that's a useful way. Just use it for a dry well and bring, I've already got pipes that I was bringing from my downspouts over to where I planned on doing actually a cistern and pump it back into the building to flush toilets, but I'm not even going to try and do that. It's too difficult. But can you help with the drainage part? Instead of me going out trying to find somebody, can you just come and measure up and figure out how much credit I'm going to get for a dry well so I can go ahead and do that? Because it's hard to get into my backyard. It's 14 feet wide, and I need to be able to put stuff back there. Like I would like to put containers back there so I can remodel the building, because I can take everything out of where I want to remodel, put it in the container, and that way it'll help me. But I can't do that if I have a big ditch back there. So I'm trying to get it filled up. So my question, can you help? And also, would you find out how much overtime was paid on that date where they went out at 3:30 in the morning? Because that shouldn't be allowed. I mean, not only is it a waste of money, but it's an insult to our citizens to do that to them.
You've exceeded your time.
That's why I came down here. I made a special trip on the bus to get down here, so.
We still have the same amount of time for each of our customers. And we've heard your concerns and we will refer them to staff. Thank you.
What now? I didn't understand.
Speak a little louder. I said, we've heard your concerns. We will refer them to staff. We have heard what your concerns are and we will get back to you. Thank you very much.
I'm running also as a write-in for city clerk because I want approval voting where we get better people elected. You can vote for more than one. Check it out at electionscience.org. If you want approval voting, then write in Cindy Dara. I sin and I dare to go raw. That's how you remember my name.
Comment?
Madam
Director?
Chair,
I'm sorry, we had someone else?
we have virtual comment, but I'll
I'm
defer to
sorry.
Director Brownlee who wants to say something maybe.
Just want to address the claims on Gilchrist. We will take a second look at all those claims and get back to this board in writing and verbally by the next meeting on what has been resolved.
Thank you very much. We now have a quorum since we've been joined by Commissioner Kenlock. So the next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda, but we
Madam
have,
Chair,
I'm sorry,
we still have public comment,
we have people on phone.
virtual on
I'm so
Zoom.
sorry. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We ask that those on Zoom, please raise your hand now. If your hand's not raised after this point, we will not call on you. The first person is Cecily McClellan.
Welcome, Ms. McClellan.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Cecily McClellan with We the People of Detroit. I would just like to make some clarification about last month's at the meeting where they discussed the new program and the concerns that we the people have raised. We did meet, and we do appreciate the fact we had opportunity to meet with Matthew Phillips of DWSD. But the primary purpose of that meeting was to discuss and have input into the new H2O program and its criteria. the fact that it would be $34, that it would be no arrearage, and just the basic criteria of that program. We did not discuss the implementation of the program. And most of the issues that we have been bringing in the past couple of months have related to implementation. And that's whether or not the residents of the city of Detroit are being notified of the new program, when the new program will start. Also, will there be a transition period? And who will do the notification and also the re-enrollment? Now, we have on your agenda today, you know, we see that there's a contract for Promise Network. You know, this is a contract that was discussed by us some time ago, and it was denied at that time that there was any plans to have a contract. But it's indicating in this contract 67509 that the Promise Network will be doing the enrollment for the new H2O program. Our information indicates that that Promise Network is a collection agency. It is not a community service agency that would do enrollment or eligibility criteria. The program, the H2O program, is still a low income program, so someone has to do the income eligibility. We were concerned that possibly many of the clients that were already in the $18 category would then be transferred over to the new program. But we found out in our during the last meeting and also during the committee meetings that there would be a re-enrollment and everybody would be terminated from the program. That was not our understanding when we discussed this program with the water department previously. So we would like to get some clarification on how this program is going to be implemented. We see that the Promise Network will get a 12%, and that sounds like a real collection. They are not, it's a zero contract, so it's a 12% on each resident that they enroll in this program. How is this program going to work? And as it stands right now, you still have 7,900, a little bit over 7,900 persons enrolled in Lifeline. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan.
Next person, Madam Chair, is D'Amico Williams.
Welcome, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, are you there? One more time. Mr. Williams, are you with us? We're going to have to assume that we lost Mr. Williams. Is there anyone else?
There is Gwendolyn Howard.
Or Gwendolyn Power?
Good
Howard,
afternoon.
Gwendolyn Howard.
Good
I
afternoon.
can't hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for taking my call. I'm going to continue on with the people of Detroit on this issue that Mama Cecily was talking about, 12% per application process. So if they're getting 12% per application, then it's a different kind of program than what we were getting. We've had a couple of calls from customers and in-person visits at one of our meetings, and she was saying that she's still on the Lifeline program. And I'm saying, is this still a Lifeline program? She said when she called about it, she still had the bill that's due October 21st for her $18. So is this program still active? The director's report as well as the dashboard indicates that the program is still active. Has this program been terminated? If so, have people been notified? She said she didn't get a letter, but in talking with a customer service rep from DWSD, they told her she would be getting a letter sometime this month. So she's and trying to help them with something that we don't have a clarity on is kind of hard. So trying to figure out what's really going on with the Lifeline program or Lifeline H2O, the Promise Network. What's their role? Will they do income eligibility? What is Promise Pay's network expertise? Do they have, like Wayne Metro was processing them before. So we're just like, do they have the expertise to process people's applications? And if so, what are they applying for? How will they report non-payment? It's just a lot of questions, because we actually do read what you guys put out there and try to reiterate it to the customers that are asking that don't have the necessary websites to get on there themselves. That's why they're calling. That's why they're showing up at church. That's why they're asking for any kind of help, because we try to, we work with you guys on a regular basis just for the benefit and the betterment of customers. So with them not to terminate a program with no notification, because they said they have gotten no letters whatsoever. So is there a cap on the number of applications that will be processed? It's just a lot because it's not clear. And when we met with them, we thought that there would be a letter out by the end of September. But when we listened last month, we also know that there was no letter sent out, but it was forthcoming. So what's really going on with it? Just to let the people know, because now they're getting not necessarily a shut off notice, but saying that you got an arrears here. So if you got an arrears and the top says you paid the $18 and then that was paid.
We're losing what you're saying, Miss. We can't hear you. You're cutting out on us.
I don't understand. I haven't moved, but okay. Thank you for, we're still discussing Lifeline and H2O. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else?
Yes, Madam Chair, we have someone named Detroit resident.
Okay, Detroit resident, you're on now. Would you like to identify yourself as more than Detroit residents?
Hi, thank you. My name is E. Allen. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon, Commissioners. I am calling regarding in April of last year, a service line was replaced at 2736 Webb Street. During that time, there was some type of water intrusion, which caused a sinkhole directly in front of 2736 Webb. Reports for requests for repairs started on May 2nd. I personally called 9 times. We've had 26 calls from the Webb Street Home Improvement Association. That's our block club. There has been no repairs made. There have been multiple representatives from DWSD who have come out. However, nothing has been repaired. The last person that came out was in July, and he claimed that he was in charge of staffing the crews that would repair the sinkhole. He called another gentleman out there and who was a contractor, and they were doing all of this arguing back and forth on who did it, who didn't do it, who didn't get this, who didn't get that. He also claimed there had been no calls and no reports. He was shown several reports from Improving Detroit so that, residents could prove that they had been calling, and it's becoming a public nuisance. Cars are hitting the pothole and hydroplaning into the sidewalk. There is also a gentleman who is visually impaired who lives right next to this pothole, and he has fallen in it. So we're really trying to, I'm speaking on behalf of about 24 people, we're trying to get this pothole fixed that's at 2736 Webb Street to prevent any further injuries. There's also people who are being forced to park into the berm so that they're not close to it, and they are getting tickets. So we kindly ask for some type of, plan of action to get the sinkhole repaired. Thank you for so much, and I look forward to seeing what that proactive solution is so we can wrap this up.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. That's 2736 Webb. Is it at a corner or is it in the middle?
It's near the corner of Webb and Lawton, but it's not right on the corner. It's 2 houses in from the corner of Lawton and Webb.
Madam Chair, we do have this in our system, called in May of this year, not May of last year. We have it. We'll get
it's
it
May of
addressed.
this year's. May of this year is what I said. Yeah, sorry.
Well, okay, we have a different date, but thank you very much. We do know about that, and we have something scheduled to take care of it.
This is easy. We'll get it fixed.
It will be fixed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Madam Chair, next we have Norel Hemphill.
Ms. Hemphill, please begin your comments.
Good afternoon to
Good
the board
afternoon.
commissioners and Director Brown. Um, my name is Norel Hemphill. I am the legal and policy manager at We the People of Detroit, also a Detroit resident. So I have a few points that I want to mention. We spoke a little while ago about the Zoom feature and if we could have the way that we engage with the public and the commissioners here changed so that we can actually see who is on the Zoom and also that the chat function is enabled. If you could please provide updates on that, what the process is for switching that over. I know the department did not show any opposition or any issues with that. Also, with public comment, it seems like the script is being more robust and giving more um, uh, instructions on what the public should be talking about or shouldn't be talking about. And there seems to be attempts to narrow public comment. Are these attempts to narrow it necessary? It seems as though residents, if we have our 3 minutes, we should be able to mention whatever we want to mention that is on target and focused on the city of Detroit and the impacts of water on our lives. Next, I want to talk about the Lifeline plan, the existing plan, and then I'll talk about Lifeline H2O. So I just want to highlight the key concerns that Ms. McClellan and also that Ms. Howard lifted that we're hearing from residents. It's the need for updates. Where are residents now? There are residents who are on fixed incomes who are in Lifeline that are very, very, very concerned and even scared about what this new plan will mean for them if they'll even get a chance to get on it. So, what's the process for notice giving these residents notice that something is changing, and the amount of time necessary for them to respond to that notice? And then for Lifeline H2O, what's the process for enrolling these residents? Again, as Ms. McClellan said, Promise Network is a debt collector. Last time with Lifeline, when it started in 2022, we had Wayne Metro, which is a community action agency. Completely different skill set, completely different sensitivity to the low income residents who so desperately need this service. And then also the 12% that Promise Network will be getting for enrolling, or excuse me, even processing the applications, will that be capped? Because if they're just getting 12% for the applications that they're processing, that does not mean enrollment. And we already have very limited funds. So we're concerned about that impact on the very limited funds that we have. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Hemphill.
Madam Chair, the last person is D'Amico Williams. He said he's available now.
Mr. Williams, welcome.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. D'Amico Williams, Chief Director, Hydrate Detroit. I covered these 143 square miles. I offer consultation, advocacy, and water restoration to citizens with their water shut off. I want to thank my Chief Coordinator, Beulah Walker, today, and our clients, flood victims that never got any help or compensation. It's very important that they have their just due. Um, right now, I'm just very perplexed and I'm very disappointed that this is all your fault. Why you leave these residents in this type of situation? What is the criteria of determining when a flood happens beyond the control that DWSD is supposed to help and be responsible? The American Water Warranty isn't sufficient. I really want this department to help those victims, and I want them to help provide some type of relief for them. They're residents, they're taxpayers, and they're just due, just like the people in Southwest Detroit are due. And I also want to speak about Lifeline. Um, first of all, there was no mention to me in any of the meetings I've had with Matthew Phillips about this third party that's going to be looking at information. I'm thinking they were going to renegotiate with Wayne Metro. As much as I hated, I would have preferred the continuance of making sure that those residents on Lifeline that are re-enrolled without any changes. If they don't have any changes, then they should be automatically re-enrolled without having to recertify. It's very disappointing to hear that continuously this Lifeline H2O plan is not being worked out in the time that we all had planned, and we were hoping to have a roundtable. I know all of the groups were, and that still hasn't happened with due diligence and process. You're rushing this. It's still a time to slow down and get this right. We don't have the money enough. But now thank God for the Michigan legislature finally releasing the money out of hostage so we could have something for Lifeline. Thanks Stephanie Chang and I guess the rest of, but that wouldn't have never had to happen had we would have had our fiscal house in order and making sure that we satisfy our clients and our residents. So that no one gets their water shut off. There shouldn't be even a threat of water shutoffs. That should be gone. You should help those residents that's already on Lifeline in the 18, 32, I'm sorry, 42 and $56 tiers. They all should be helped that are paying not with no interruptions. I'm still advocating for them, and I'm not going to stop until this is worked out completely. Thank you for taking my comment.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak before this commission?
Madam Chair, he was the final person.
Final person.
We'll wrap up public comment, Madam Chair, with just a couple of facts. There is no money available at this particular time for Lifeline or H2O. There's no money. Now, it's been well publicized that the state of Michigan put $5 million into next year's budget, which started October 1st, for water affordability for the whole state of Michigan. Unfortunately, it did not describe how that money would be allocated to different utilities. And so we're waiting for Health and Human Services at the state level to tell us how we can apply for those dollars. So at this particular point, we don't have any money for Lifeline or H2O. I suspect, being optimistic, that state money won't get out to utilities at the very earliest until the spring of next year, at the very earliest. That leaves the $3.5 million that comes from the Great Lakes Water Authority, the RAP program. We do anticipate that DWSD will start to receive those dollars within the next 60 days. But currently, there's no money available. And as soon as the money is available, we will notify the 8,000 recipients of Lifeline that were in the program before the money ran out. We will notify them how they can be recertified and re-enrolled into that program. Thank you.
Chair, may I? It is our responsibility to determine whether it's a public or private issue. We do have some programs currently available to help residents if there are private issues on their side of the sewer system. If people will go to detroitmi.gov and go to the HRD website, we have the private sewer repair program that is a federally grant-funded project where we are allowed to spend those dollars. They're actively looking for income-qualified customers. They would be happy to help you get through that process. And if you income qualify, we can disconnect your downspouts, televise your lateral, fix any broken pieces, and even reconnect to the sewer main if that's part of the problem. So that's currently available, and we encourage people to look into that.
We know what the income requirement is offhand. Okay. All right. Thank you. That information, I'm sure, hopefully it will be very helpful to those listening. And if there are no more public comments, we will close public comments and go back now and approve the agenda. We have some changes to the agenda. Item 3 is going to be amended. We're removing items 10B and 10C. We have a revised copy of 10E at your places. And we're adding item 10G. Do I need to repeat it? I don't have to. So now we are at the approval of the agenda as amended.
I move approval, Madam Chair.
Ordered. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next item is the approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, move approval of the September 17th meeting minutes with any necessary corrections.
Ordered that we approve the minutes. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. I didn't say. Oh, I'm going to go back now. I'm sorry. Forgive me for that. We have a recognition of service at this time. That is, what was the item number? I don't remember. But anyway, it's a recognition of service to our departing Commissioner, Lane Coleman. And if I had a vote, he would be no, but I don't. Because you don't deserve everything, but we sure hate losing you, Lane Coleman. You've been an excellent commissioner. Starting something, you saying something at the first, Mr. Director, Mr. Brown?
If I could, Madam Chair. It's been an honor and a privilege to have worked with Lane Coleman for the more than 9 years that he's on the board. He's not only well qualified, as everybody in this room knows, to be on anybody's board, but he's also a friend, a neighbor. Our families socialize together, and I can't often say that with people that I work with, so it's a real pleasure. Yesterday, we had the opportunity to go to City Council, and the council presented a resolution. And if I could, Madam Chair, I'd just like to read a copy of that resolution. I think it's most fitting. Again, this was from the Detroit City Council, testimonial resolution to Lane Coleman, Board of Water Commissioners. Whereas Lane Coleman is an executive leader with an unwavering commitment to public service. He has served faithfully on the Detroit Board of Water Commissions for more than 9 years since he was appointed in January 2016 by Mayor Mike Duggan. And whereas since his appointment, Mr. Coleman served as chair of the Board of Water Commissioners Capital Improvement Program and Operations Committee, a critical committee responsible for overseeing the policies and budget of the Detroit Water and Sewer Department's 5-year, $100 million annual capital improvement program, ensuring the continued reinvestment in Detroit's aging water, sewer, and stormwater infrastructure. Under his steady leadership, the committee also guided the budget and policies related to DWSD's maintenance, metering, facilities, fleet, and security operations, helping to modernize systems and improve service delivery for Detroit residents and businesses. And whereas Mr. Coleman's tenure coincided with one of the most transformational periods in department history. As DWSD emerged from the city of Detroit's historic bankruptcy and transitioned the regional water system to the Great Lakes Water Authority. Throughout the process, he provided strategic insight and steadfast support for DWSD's renewed focus on local infrastructure, water affordability, and compassionate customer service. And whereas in addition to his service on the Board of Water Commissioners, Mr. Coleman is the founder, president, and chief executive officer of Strike Group LLC, a service-disabled, veteran-owned, certified Detroit-based, and certified minority-owned enterprise. His leadership has grown the company into a multi-state and international operation with offices in Michigan, Illinois, Nevada, Virginia, California, Afghanistan, and Okinawa, Japan. The company's clientele has included Delta Airlines, Coors, the Federal Reserve Bank, and the Ford Motor Company. And whereas Mr. Coleman is a retired United States naval officer and native Chicagoan who has made Detroit his home for decades. He has demonstrated a firm commitment to community service, serves on numerous boards, and exemplifies his passion for Detroit's industry and cultural institutions, including the chair of the Detroit Institute of Arts Board of Directors, Henry Ford Hospital Health Network, the Detroit Regional Chamber, Forgotten Harvest, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Metro Detroit, and the Great Lakes Growth Coalition. And resolved, the council member, Scott Benson, and the Detroit City Council, on behalf of the people of Detroit, proudly present this testimonial resolution as an expression of gratitude and celebration to Lane Coleman for his service and contribution to not only the Detroit Water and Sewer Department, but the entire city of Detroit. His legacy of excellence, integrity, and civic stewardship will continue to inspire those who follow in his footsteps.
It's truly been an honor and a pleasure to have served the citizens of Detroit. You probably don't know this. I've learned a lot from my colleagues here. I've learned a lot from sitting on the water board. And please continue to do the good work that you're doing for the citizens of Detroit. And that's keep advocating for our small businesses that exist here in the city. Thank you again. If there's anything I can do for anyone in here, please let me know. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Madam Chair, so we did the city council resolution yesterday, and today, I think this is the first ever Detroit Water and Sewer Department exemplary service certificate that we're going to present. Mr. Coleman, in sincere appreciation of your outstanding leadership, dedication, and service to the Board of Water Commissioners, the Detroit Water and Sewer Department, and the residents of the city of Detroit since 2016. Your commitment and contributions have helped advance our mission to deliver clean, safe drinking water, environmentally collected, untreated sewage and stormwater, and provide affordability and other programs to the community. And I'd be remiss if I didn't also introduce his lovely wife, Lee, that, did you want to, did you?
Thank you. Lane has definitely enjoyed his time here. He spent a lot of hours here with you all. So thank you for having him. And I'm glad to have him back at home for a while.
Appreciate it.
No, yes, no, thank you.
Thank you guys again. For the record, it's my first resolution I've ever received in my life. So. Thank you.
Meeting is concluded. We will join with all of our commissioners and our honoree in the lobby and have a picture taken of everyone. I don't know if this is the proper time to read the, you read the one from the city council.
One also.
You took ours. Okay, that's all right. I forgive you. So, again, Miss, you are out of order. You are out of order. You are out of order. To have you removed, you are out of order. Oh, okay. Well, since Mr. Coleman has another meeting to get to, let us take a break and take the picture now. But you can't take your resolution because everyone hasn't signed it. Maybe we can pass it around very quickly.
That's a copy.
He's got it, okay. Okay, let's take a quick break and have the picture taken in the lobby before we lose our honoree.
I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Y'all got all y'all good grades. In case anyone comes.
We are reconvening the meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners. The next item on the agenda is communications. We have none. The next item is the items from the commissioners. Any items from commissioners? I would like to make one comment and recognizing the passing of our former Congresswoman, Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick. We are very sorry to hear of her passing. She was a tremendous representative for her community and made many wonderful forays for all of the citizens of the city of Detroit. The next item is unfinished business. We have none. And the next item then is the approval of the consent agenda. We have some changes to the consent agenda. No, it's not the consent agenda? Okay. The next item is there anyone who would like to have something removed from the consent agenda?
Approval of the consent agenda?
Been properly moved and supported. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Motion carried. The next item is item under new business. We're down to new business now, are we? And so we have removed item A from this agenda. The next item is also removed, item B. Item C is removed. We're down to item D. What is the will of the board?
Madam Chair,
Here?
I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department, one, approves the collective bargaining agreement for 2025-2029 between the DWSD and Utility Workers of America, Local 504. Two, authorizes the director to execute the agreement and also authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Is there a second? Been properly moved and supported. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next item then is item E. We have a revised copy at our places. Does everyone have the revised copy? Item E.
Is that the salary scale? Yes, Madam Chair.
Please read the motion.
Upon recommendation of Tiffany Jones, Interim Director of Human Resources and Organizational Development. I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department approve the updated salary ranges for various classifications and authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Been properly moved and supported. Any discussion? Those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next item is item F. Yes, Commissioner Forte.
I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department authorizes the director to approve DWSD contract number 600-7509 with Promise Network, Inc., DBA Promise, for third-party vendor administration of the Lifeline H2O Affordability Program for a term of 1 year with a 1-year option to renew. This is a zero-cost contract for applicant processing services only. The vendor will be paid independently by the Great Lakes Water Authority via WRAP, Water Residential Affordability Program, funds by retaining 12% per application process. This also authorizes the director to take such other actions may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Is there a second?
Question under discussion.
Please continue, Commissioner.
The question is, so one of the residents in public comment mentioned something about Sir Metro. Is this a change in that? And I'm just saying that's new to me, and then also probably new to,
There's a couple things going on. First of all, we have never been able to receive, DWSD has never received the WRAP dollars from the Great Lakes Water Authority directly. We have never been able to receive state funding directly. It has always gone through a third party, and that third party was Wayne Metro. The dollars that we have are from the Great Lakes Water Authority. Their policies and procedures will not allow us to get the money directly. So we both have to have a contract with a third party. Staff has decided that a lot of the work that Wayne Metro did on a larger scale, because we don't have $30 million anymore, we have 3.5, then we can administer this program with the staff that we have on hand without paying Wayne Metro to do that. Be that as it may, we still need help with getting our applicants certified. It's required by the state. Promise Pay does this work, certification, for the whole state of Florida. They have proprietary software that will allow them to turn around an application within 48 hours of telling us whether or not the person makes the required amount of income to be in the program, has the required number of people in the household, is strictly doing the certification. We, DWSD, through Matt's department, will do the administration of the program. And so we were paying Wayne Metro a lot of money because they had to hire a lot of people to manage a $30 million program. We now have $3 million. We've decided administratively we can pass those dollars to our residents and just do the work in-house. However, we do need a third party. So with this contract, there's no money being paid out by DWSD. The money is going from the Great Lakes Water Authority to Promise to do the certification, and then we will administratively correct the bills to make them read appropriately that the people got the dollars. So there's no doubt.
benefit to the, I'm saying to the residents and to the system.
And this is just a 1 year, we're calling it a pilot program to make sure that it works as intended before we try to do something long range. And if in fact we do receive additional dollars from the state or any other from the federal government in the future, our program is set up to accept that money and just enroll additional people into the program.
That explains it.
Very good explanation to help us understand how this process is going to work for our customers, to the benefit of our customers, I should say. Were there some more comments?
No additional commentary if everyone is satisfied.
All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you very much. And I hope our advocates will be very pleased with what the direction we're taking. The next item is item G. Is that right? Item G, easement encroachment. You have that at your places?
Madam Chair? On the recommendation of General Counsel for the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit, the Board of Water Commissioners authorizes the director to enter into an easement encroachment permit with AMS Regent Court LLC and AMS Regent Court 2 LLC respectively, each with the address of 21355 Hickory Wood Court, Dearborn Heights, Michigan, 48127 to construct, install 2 DTE gas and electric utility crossings along with the construction of driveways over an existing DWSD easement, and also authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Is there support? Is supported? Any discussion? Hearing none? All those in, it was a discussion, Commissioner Forte.
General Counsel had any additional comments?
Additional.
Have any additional we don't have any additional comments, but we're happy to provide an explanation if that would be helpful to the board. All right. Presenting will be Associate General Counsel James Boudreau. Me.
Thanks, Commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you need to move the mic up a little bit for you? You're kind of tall. We hear you. Speak. No, a little low. It's not coming through very loudly. Okay.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. James Boudreau, Associate General Counsel for DWSD. So this is an easement encroachment permit that relates to, as Commissioner stated, that relates to 2 DTE gas and electric utility crossings, along with the construction of driveways along 2 properties in Dearborn, Michigan. The 2 crossings and the driveways specifically will cross over a Great Lakes Water Authority leased asset, specifically a 54-inch water transmission main, which resides within a DWSD easement located near and around 16800 and 16900 Executive Plaza Drive in Dearborn. This easement encroachment permit, along with all DWSD encroachment permits, has been reviewed and approved with conditions by both DWSD and GLEWA engineers to ensure the integrity of the underlying asset. The Office of the General Counsel is now recommending this to the Board of Commissioners for their approval. And if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any discussion?
From me.
All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Report?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just would like to take the time in the director's report to make a respectful request of calling in at public comment. If in fact the state of Michigan has budgeted $5 million, if Detroit could get $3 million of that $5 million, we could immediately add an additional 5,000 households to the Lifeline program. As you know, the $3.5 million that we have now will get about 5,000 households into the program. If we could receive at least 3 million of the state's 5 million, we could double that to 10,000 households. As has been stated earlier today, there were 8,000 people in Lifeline. All 8,000, if in fact they could recertify, would qualify for the new Lifeline program, and we'd be able to add new residents. So I'm just respectfully requesting that they spend time in Lansing lobbying the Health and Human Services Department, who is yet to come up with a way for DWSD to apply for those dollars, how they're going to be allocated, that would be extremely helpful to the citizens of the city of Detroit if in fact we could get those dollars sooner rather than later. We need to get, we would like to have 10,000 households signed up by the middle of November. We'd like them to get their new bill by the middle of December. That's the timeline we're on. And the only difference between having 5,000 households and 10 is the $3 million that we're requesting of the $5 million that's already been budgeted at the state level. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Director Brown, is there any other group that we can think of who can lobby along with us and our advocates?
Certainly spent time talking to the mayor this morning, asking him to use whatever leverage he had in Lansing, talk to the governor, talk to the Health and Human Services Department. We have lobbyists and attorneys that are working exclusively on this issue. And again, it would mean a lot if the advocates, the water advocates, would also join us in helping to, I don't want to say push, but persuade our friends in Lansing to send those dollars sooner rather than later.
Commissioner Kinlock?
I just asked our counsel if he would assist me in drafting a letter that I will send on myself and ask the Detroit commissioners to join in requesting the director of DHHS to move on this. Yep.
You can draft one for the commissioners here, and we can also sign and send. Thank you.
We have a letter drafted. We will put your heading on it and make sure that it comes from both the water board as well as the commission. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Director. I think really that is the avenue for us to pursue, and hopefully we will get the cooperation we need from all of our friends who want to see our customers get the best out of all of this. We're now under, that was your report. We're now under comments from commissioners. I think I've already made my comment about Commissioner Kilpatrick. Are there any other comments from commissioners? What did I say, Commissioner Kilpatrick? I meant Congresswoman Kilpatrick. Forgive me. If there are no other comments from the commissioners, the chair is not here and the vice chair has no comments, except that we miss him. Oh, yes.
I did not mention, you said, Congresswoman Kilpatrick was a strong advocate for Detroit. She was somebody that you could always rely on advocating for resources coming back here, and she would not buckle under the politics that took place in Washington. We're missed. I'm going to say that. We miss those type of advocates who are focused on the benefit of the citizens of the city of Detroit and not being distracted by things that that are not wholly impacting the lives of our residents. And we absolutely are absent of that right now, and definitely miss her leadership.
Thank you so very much. She was not only effective at the state level, she was very effective in Congress in bringing money back to the city of Detroit. So thank you very much. Any other comments? Hearing none. Comments? I have no other matters. Are there any other matters from? Yes.
To take, Scott McGriff, General Counsel, I'd like to take just a moment to let the board know of the departure of Deputy General Counsel Nakia Branch Penson. She's sitting behind me. She's leaving.
I'm sorry.
She is going to continue her public service for the citizens and the people of Detroit at the Detroit Public Schools, but we wanted to take a moment to thank her for her 8 years of service to us here at DWSD.
Excuse me, are you having some private comments over there, Commissioner? Let me just say, the only thing that makes this less painful is the fact that she will be going with DPSCD and advocating on behalf of the children of this city. So we will miss you immensely, and we thank you so much for the contribution you've made while you have been here, and we wish you all the best. You're very welcome. Then if there's nothing else, Chair will entertain a motion for adjournment. Been properly moved